Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of In the End, There's Always a Disney Guy. But before we get into today's episode, make sure you go to DisneyGuy.com, subscribe to my blog, and get you some merch right now. I got my merch site up and running. Just go to shop.disneyguy.com. That is shop.disneyguy.com. And make sure you go stream Loki episode 2 for free on marvel.disneyguy.com. You can also stream WandaVision and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. So today we're going to be discussing Loki episode 2. And I don't know about y'all, but it's gotten pretty deep. Deeper than actually I expected. So we're going to talk about numerous things. We're going to discuss just a summary and a brief of what happened in episode 2. Now, if you haven't seen Loki episode 2, please go watch it. Please go watch it, okay? I'm begging you, okay? Please go watch it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I doubted the show. I didn't think it was gonna be good as they was offering it to be, but I was totally wrong. But I'm going to explain to you what happened. So, if you are new to the show, you obviously know Loki was sent to the TVA because of his past incidents, but mainly particularly because he escaped when he just went back in time. So in episode 2, basically in the beginning of the episode, Loki is understanding the rules and he's just learning the lessons of how the TVA works. And Miss Minutes is teaching him, of course, about how the TVA works, what he needs to know and what he needs to learn. So they are on search of this new variant, or an alternate version of Loki has escaped. And you guys remember how I told you in the previous episode that when an alternate branch opens up in the multiverse, more branches connected to that branch will open up too, eventually creating a nexus. And a nexus is something that we don't want to happen because the timekeepers created a sacred timeline basically for how things are supposed to pan out. Things are supposed to pan out the way they are supposed to on the secret timeline. And I know this may be a lot to ingest, a lot to digest about the multiverse and how the multiverse works. That's why we're going to get into it all today. So, if you guys don't know what the multiverse is at all, the multiverse is it's a dimension where there are infinite Earths, meaning that there are infinite possibilities on infinite planet Earths. Meaning that, like, let me give you an example. Let me say there was an apocalypse on Earth 402, right? Maybe on Earth 401, there wasn't an apocalypse. So the multiverse has infinite Earths, which each infinite outcome and an infinite possibility. I know it's a lot to take in, but we're gonna get into it. So in Loki episode 2, what happens is Loki and Mobius are on the search of this new variant, which is also an alternate version of Loki. And they're trying to find him, and this alternate version of Loki is smart, cunning, and powerful. Let me say that right now. This alternate version of Loki is smart and powerful. When they sent out the first team to find out where and who this variant was, somehow Loki killed them all. So this is what happened in Loki in episode 2. So when Loki, the alternate version of Loki, touches people, somehow this version of Loki transfers consciousness into the person that they touched, which is crazy powerful. And when they enter the body, they're able to control them and be them, basically. But when they touch someone else, that person collapses and falls out. I don't know if they die or if I think they just become unconscious. They fall out unconsciously. And then after, I think she just zipped away. So this alternate version of Loki we found out and discovered, which is Marvel's new introduction to a new character, She-Loki. Just like, She-Hulk. So they introduced us to She-Loki, which is the alternate variant version of Loki. And basically this alternate version of Loki, I believe, is trying to find the timekeepers. And one of the guards told She-Loki, because obviously she manipulated them, and she found out where the the timekeepers are located. Now, I don't know what it is with Loki, but I can understand why, because he's Loki. Loki is obsessed with trying to meet these timekeepers and trying to find out who these timekeepers are. He is obsessed with this. So he's trying to, he even tried to, I believe, who did Loki go to try to find out, where the timekeepers were? I believe it was the librarian. The librarian clerk. He was trying to gain access to a file to learn more about the creation of time and how the TVA worked, who created the TVA. Basically, he was trying to learn about the beginning of time, but all those files were classified, which is hilarious. But basically, Loki was trying to prove that he wasn't being gonna be deceitful, and he was, because when Loki was planning this whole reset thing, to open a portal to the TVA, or wherever she was going. I believe it was probably to the timekeepers. I don't know, but it ended on that. It ended with her going through the portal, with the alternate version of Loki going through the portal, and when she went through the portal, Mobius and the rest of the team were like, "We can't let you go through." They were trying to warn him not to go, but you know how devious Loki is. He definitely went through it, and that was the end of that episode. So it was pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty deep one. But Tom Hiddleston has made it clear that the episodes we should be looking most forward to is episodes 4 and 5. And I don't know why he would say that, because now he has us on edge now. Like Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, he said we have to wait for episodes 4 and 5 because those are going to be the most deepest ones, the most exciting ones. So, man. And you know what? I'm not surprised, because it's always the episodes toward the end that get good. Just like with WandaVision. With episode 9. We never expected, Wanda to take down the barrier like she did. But it was so cool. It was just so awesome. But yeah, make sure you guys go stream that. Also, I have a Bing, a Microsoft Bing knowledge panel. If you want to check that out, you can go search me up on Bing, on Microsoft's Bing. In the end, there's always a Disney guy. I'm trying to get on Google as well, so you guys can get more updates about the show. But I have to get a Wikipedia page up and running. But also make sure you save my Google business page, Disney Guy Productions, on Google, and save it, so you can get updates about anything that's going on with me, and posts that I post under there, as far as for basically anything. And make sure you subscribe to my blog as well. All you gotta do is search up Disney Guy Productions in Google, and it should show up. All you have to do is click the save, and if you want to chat with me, if you want to, chat with me, all you have to do is just, all you have to do is just click chat on on my Google business page, and I'll talk to you guys. I'll chat with you. Just chat with me if you want to. And yeah, and I'll get back with you guys as soon as I can. But thank you guys for listening in to today's episode. Make sure you follow this podcast on both Google and Spotify so you can get prepared for the next episode. Remember, our schedule for these episodes are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now. They're not going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday like it was last time. It's going to be Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. But thank you for listening in, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Bye-bye, guys.